New tonight, the smell of marijuana coming from a car is no longer a green light for police to search a car. That's after a new ruling from the Michigan Supreme Court.
And it's already shifting how officers operate in the field. TV5's Trey Harris shows us how.
All right, let's say you're cruising down the road, windows down, and maybe your car smells a little bit like weed. Legal weed. Can a cop still search your car just off that smell alone? Well, the Michigan Supreme Court said, nope, that's not enough. And now that decision is changing how officers are handling stops across the state. The ruling comes out of a case from 2020 when a man's car was searched by police based only on the smell of marijuana and ended up finding a loaded gun. But there was no search warrant, no other evidence, just the odor. Now the state's highest court says that's not probable cause on its own. So what does this mean if you're on the road today, and what does this mean for police? Well, some say adjustments were already made.
Whatever the probable cause is for the traffic stop, our deputies will continue to use that as the justification for their stop.
Unlike alcohol, marijuana doesn't have a roadside breath test, at least not one that's widely used or reliable. That's created a gray area, so officers are relying more on what they see, not on what they smell.
The interaction with them, the slurred speech, the glazed over glassy eyes, the nervous behavior, which it kind of comes and goes.
For drivers, especially those who use marijuana legally, this ruling could be a game changer. And defense attorneys say it's one that protects drivers who are following the law.
I don't think that the smell of marijuana alone is something that would show some sort of risk to an officer.
In the other layer, past cases where searches were based solely on smell could now come back under review. But even with that potential, if you're driving high, that's a different story. Drive smart.
This should not be taken by the public as free rein to start using marijuana and then driving, because the reality is it's not going to protect you from being caught.
And the Genesee County Sheriff's Office tells me this change isn't affecting them, and it's business as usual. As they said, they adjusted their approach around the same time weed was legalized across the state. Trey Harris, back to you.